Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. We are testing out a new high-end foundation today, and it's not the Natasha Denona one. This one I almost happened upon by accident. I'll kind of explain to you as we get into the video. But it's one that's been on my list for a while. I found it on a screaming sale during the Black Friday era week, 2 weeks. It's forever. Black Friday these days is forever. But we're going to test it out together today, along with a couple other of new things that I haven't necessarily featured in a video yet, and some old favorites as well. I am very excited about it. I hope you guys are as well. Before we get into the makeup, welcome to all of my new visitors. I want to give you a special welcome, encourage you to subscribe to my channel, and make sure that your notifications are turned on. And with that said, let's get right into it. All right, so today we're going to be testing out the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Karen Glow Foundation. I've been wanting to try a Lancome foundation for a long time. They have their original Teint Idole that is supposed to be a higher coverage, really long wearing. I'm thinking along the lines of something like the Double Wear foundation. I thought that one might be a little bit too extreme, a little bit too high coverage for me for like an everyday try. This one has more medium coverage. I think it has a bit of a glow to it. It's also supposed to be long wearing though. I hope that I got the shade match right. 240W. I ended up getting this on sale for I think 40% off. Honestly, the reason that this foundation came home with me is because what I really went on the Lancome website to buy on sale was the Lancome Idole perfume. I am obsessed with this perfume. It is so good. I got a sample of it in my Sephora birthday gift. This is like a, I don't know how big it is. It's basically like a luxury sample size. And I have been enjoying this thing so much. It smells unbelievable. It's definitely a florally scent, but it's like a clean, fresh florally scent. Maybe not the best scent for wintertime, but honestly, I've had my eye on this perfume ever since I tried that out in the summertime and was waiting for it to go on sale. So I got this thing for 40% off. It was still a little pricey, but way less pricey than it would have been if I would have bought it full price. No, I'm not here to test out the fragrance because obviously that's not going to help you guys out, but I thought I'd show you the bottle. It's basically like a long, skinny bottle. It has this little like, kind of like kickstand at the bottom, kind of flares out at the bottom. The bottle I feel like is going to be a bit of a nuisance to store, but I don't really care. I just love how this smells. Let's go ahead and, I don't think I put any perfume on yet today. And I ended up going with the large 3.4 ounce bottle because it was only like $20 more and on sale still, so just seemed to make more sense to me. 2 sprays of this is all you need. Let's get into the makeup. So let's go ahead and open this up and just check on the shade match real quick before we get into applying my skin prep and all of that stuff. So here's the bottle right here. I'll insert a close-up for you guys so you can see what it looks like up close. I picked the shade 240W. I feel like this is looking a little dark in the tube. I've had such good luck lately with picking foundations and concealer shades online. I'm kind of gearing up for a fail, just because like statistically I feel like I'm due for a fail one of these days. Here it is. Here's one little quarter of a pump. The pump's really nice. Oh, actually I feel like this will work for me. There will probably come a point in the near future. My arms and hands have a little bit of self-tanner left on them. They're a little bit lighter than what I typically go for on my face. Probably in the middle of winter I'll have to lighten this up with something else, or it'll just be more of a summery foundation for me. It definitely looks and feels kind of glowy. Ooh, kind of excited about that. Okay, before we get to the foundation, I just want to do a quick curl of the lashes. Let's throw on just a bit of lip balm. This is my Laneige Peppermint Lip Balm, just to kind of prep my lips. We're not doing anything crazy with the lips today, but it is that time of year that my lips are always dry. And to prep my skin today, rather than using an actual primer, we're going to use a little bit of this kind of peach toner just to press into the skin. Okay, let's jump right over to foundation. So I'm just going to take 1 pump of this on the back of my hand. That's 1 pump. I imagine we'll start with 1. Maybe we'll do another half depending on how far the coverage goes on this. I'm going to apply it with my foundation brush from Alter Ego that I'm testing out right now. Really enjoying these brushes. I still haven't found the perfect brush for applying cream bronzer or blush, but I like all the other ones. There's tons of powder brushes in here. Good brushes for concealer, powder bronzer, and blush brushes. Lots of really nice eye brushes as well. Okay, I'm gonna do another half a pump. I feel like I need a little bit more for this other side. I think the shade's gonna work for today. sure in another few months it might be a little bit dark on me, but so far so good. So I think that's about blended in. I applied about a pump and a half, maybe a little less than a pump and a half, and I would say it's giving me solid medium coverage. I don't know that I like the coverage level as this quite as much as I am loving the Natasha Denona High Glam foundation. That foundation right now, it was a match made in heaven for me. I'm loving that foundation so much. I will see about this one. I feel like coverage-wise, not quite as high medium coverage as I get from the High Glam, but I might just need to apply a little bit more. I kind of don't want to do that for today. I just want to see how a pump and a half will work for me after I apply my concealer and the rest of my face products. But I like it so far. As far as how it feels on the skin, it feels nice and hydrating. It has a subtle glow to it, but it doesn't feel as dewy as I was worried when I was swatching on the back of my hand. Not worried, but I was wondering as I was swatching on the back of my hand if this might have some pretty strong like glow or tackiness to it. It's not tacky at all. It doesn't feel like it's still sticky or dewy or anything. Still wishing I had a tiny bit more coverage, but let's see if we can get there with just my concealer. I'm using the Lancome concealer today as well. This one is in the shade 250. I think it's like Bisque. I always forget the name of this one. Everyone else hate when concealers do that, where depending on where you buy it from, sometimes they'll list the number, sometimes they'll list a name instead. And this one's really weird. It actually has 2 numbers on the back of it. There's one on top and one on bottom, and I don't know which. I think it's the 250. I think I did sort that out at one point, but I forget every time I am using this on camera. Okay, I'm gonna go with my 109 brush. This one is called the Large Concealer. It's definitely a little large for a concealer brush, which sometimes I like because it's so fast. Sometimes I'm not sure I like it because you can't target areas with it very well. But if you're looking for something to just get it done in a hurry, you have a lot of concealer to lay down, this brush is gonna blend almost instantly for you. So as I'm filming this right now, it is Tuesday, the day after Cyber Monday, as they say. Although, what does that even mean anymore? What does Black Friday or Cyber Monday even mean anymore? Because I get notifications every day like, 1 more day, sale extended, to where a part of me is like, okay, I probably don't need to buy everything today, because the sale's just going to go on forever. But then you still have that fear in the back of your mind that you'll wake up the next morning and something that you had planned that's on your Christmas list is suddenly going to be like 40% more than you would have paid for it if you would have bought it the day before. Almost makes you miss the old days when you just had to go to the store to buy your Christmas presents. Not really though. It sure is nice to do it online. All right, there we are for coverage. Let's move on to bronzer. So I pulled a couple things out from Patrick Ta today. We're going to use my Patrick Ta She Sculpted bronzer. Starting with this one right here. Now I kind of wanted to try out this smaller, it's really a foundation brush, but it's like a smaller foundation brush. This is the one that I've most been liking. It's so cold down here. My nose is so runny. I know some of you probably notice it and wonder if I'm on drugs or something. I'm not. It's just very cold in our basement right now. We leave the heat turned off down here. We have in-floor heating. We leave it turned off in the basement because we like it really cold when we work out, and our workout, like home gym, is behind this wall right here. So I sacrifice with a runny nose while I'm filming videos. So I'm just taking this brush, tapping it in here. By the way, this is the 112. I will link this brush set down below for you guys in case you're interested. I've been enjoying this so much. It's a 21-piece brush set, which, oh, I forgot how pigmented this bronzer is. I haven't used this one for a while. Oh dear. At least I started on my side that doesn't have all the, like, my special spot right here that I run into trouble with sometimes. Okay, crisis averted. I can blend this one out pretty easily. I think we'll be fine. All right, we're gonna top that with just a tiny bit of the powder bronzer. I'm gonna use the Alter Ego 113 for this. Don't need very much, just going right a little bit higher than where I put the cream. All right, now let's add a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to take my Essence Pure Nude highlighter today, and we're going to apply that with the 114. Do you guys still use this highlighter? It is so good. I don't use it as much as I used to, but man, every time I pull this thing back out, despite its very unfortunate packaging, it is such a great highlighter formula. Moving on to blush, I'm grabbing one of my Co-Sauce Blushes Life blushes. This is from the set that I got in the Sephora sale. This is the Spellbound one. I am still planning on possibly gifting this to either my sister or my daughter-in-law. I don't think that they'll mind if I use it once though. Just gonna take a little bit on this brush, which is the 105. Great blush brush. I think this is technically like a powder brush, tapered powder, but I love these type of brushes for blush. Just like my Real Techniques blush brush that I love so much. Very pretty. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. Let's do the eyebrows first. Today I'm gonna take this brow pencil. This is from the brand Pony Effect. It's a Korean beauty brand. I've had this pencil for a couple of, maybe like 3 or 4 years now. It may not even exist anymore. That's something that I'm discovering with K-beauty brands is they're almost like brands like Essence. Like you can find stuff from them that you love, and 2 years later, they don't make it anymore. Like the brands and the things that they make just don't stick around for very long, it seems, which is unfortunate because I've found so many great Korean beauty makeup products that I love. And it makes me so sad when products I love get discontinued. And you've been doing makeup on YouTube for getting close to 10 years now, or at least watching YouTube makeup videos for 10 years. It happens to all of us. All right, now we're gonna set that in place with my Revolution Superfix Brow Glue. I basically just take this and kind of swipe it through my brows, and then I use my brow pencil spoolie, or just a spare spoolie, to kind of brush them up right while it dries. Stuff dries pretty fast. Tapping out those concealer creases on my eyelids, we're going to jump over to my Patrick Ta Major Dimensions Original Eyeshadow Palette. Let's start off in this shade right here. I'm going to use the 210 brush to run that all through the socket. I'm going to take the 208 brush. It's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit dense. We're going to take that same shade and just run it under the lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to use that same brush. We're going to take this reddish brown right here. I'm going to tap it just on the tip of this dense small brush. I'm going to start right at the outer corner, the lashes, and just kind of tap that right against the lash line, and then slowly, like tiny circular motions, just kind of pull that up into my crease and a little bit over towards the center. Right along the lash line there. It's a very dark, rich shade. So it's going to give me a bit of a smoky eye, but I want it to be very tiny, like just a tiny smoky eye. A little bit of depth. I'm going to go back to that concealer brush that I used. Just very lightly clean up right below that lower lash line. I'm not going too close to the eye, I just want to clean up any of that shadow that came down a little too far. Let's throw on some shimmer. So I'm going to start with this one right here. These shimmers I find work best with the finger. They're some of them are a little more metallic. This one and these two are more kind of like sheer glitter toppers. So I'm going to put on the center of the lid. It's a very pretty sheer copper. Then we're going to take this kind of peach shade right here, again building that up on the finger, and this one we're going to stamp it the inner third of the lid. Right, now I'm going to go back to that tiny dense brush that I used. I'm going to wipe it off really good because I had a very dark shade on it. I'm going to use this in the matte. It's basically a matte ivory that has a tiny bit of sparkle in it. Very, very pigmented. We're going to apply this lightly right at the inner corner. Now we're going to throw on a little bit of liner. I'm going to use the Persona chocolate liner today. These I tried out in my one of my recent videos I uploaded. This is the mini set from Persona, which comes with 4 different mini pencils along with a sharpener. These pencils are great. If you like the gel The gel-like pencils, these ones are really, really good. They're pigmented, easy to blend, easy to sharpen, and they definitely set down more than something like my Wet n Wild, which I love, but that is not a long wearing eye pencil. It's just kind of a basic kohl pencil. All right, let's throw on a couple coats of mascara. I'm gonna use my Tartelette tubing mascara, which I have been really enjoying. And there we have it. Eyes are all finished. Let's move on to the lips. I'm going to take my Maybelline Lifter Liner in Big Lift. Smudge that in before it sets. Let's take a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury JK Magic. This one's a little more peachy. I just want a tiny bit of this. And then let's top that all off with a little bit of my Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Gloss in Sandy. Look how much of this I have used. That's wild to me. I mean, this has been in my purse a lot over the last few months since I first tried it out, but man, there must not be a lot of product inside this. Yeah, 0.15 ounces. That's even less than the Maybelline has, which makes me like it just a little bit less than I initially did. It's great, but value-wise, I mean, you're gonna burn through this stuff so fast. I do love the wand though. Just be warned. The plumping lip gloss, this one in particular, if it's cold outside, you're gonna feel this. It might be a little painful on your lips. All right, one quick spray. This is my Bonny Hill Rice Niacinamide spray, which is really intense. Oh my goodness, I really need to put that in a different sprayer bottle. I'm just gonna go back to my foundation brush where my mister got a little bit too heavy. Unpin this mane of mine. Oh dear, now it's all dented. And that's it, guys. This is the finished makeup look. Let me know what you guys thought of this one. I would love to know your thoughts on the Lancome foundation. Have you tried this one? Have you tried the original? If you've tried them both, which one did you like better? Also, if you have tried the original, I would love to know how it compares to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush foundation that I really love for certain situations because it's so high coverage. Not for every day, it's a little heavy, but I'm curious how the original Tanti Doll compares to that one as far as coverage level goes. So if you have feedback on that, let me know down below. As for everything else, this Kosas shade, I think I might like this one the best so far. I'm actually considering gifting the one that I first tried. Oh, I forgot the name of it. I will link it for you guys right here, but I felt like it was a little light on me. Like it came across, these look very bold and intense in the pan, but they go on very light. So I feel like they go on a lot lighter than you initially think looking at them. And this one definitely showed up and it's such a pretty berry tone. As far as the foundation goes, I will keep you posted. It's gonna take me a little bit of time. Based on my initial reaction, I like it. I don't know that I love it as much as I love the Natasha Denona, but I'm curious to keep playing with this one and comparing it to that one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're excited about Christmas coming. I'm in such a good mood just having these decorations in my background. I wish I could leave them up all year. There's just something about it that cheers you up, but because we are in the Christmas season, that also means that year-end favorites videos are coming up, which I'm really excited to share with you guys. I'm planning them right now. They're my favorite videos to film all year, so stay tuned for that and let that be a reminder. If you haven't subscribed yet, you had better do that before you leave. But that's gonna do it for today. Thanks again. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.